Hello YouTube, welcome back to the NUCCA and Atkins Induction diet type stuff series that I'm running at the moment. Tonight is the night of the 24th. I just finished my adjustment over at the chiropractor, Balance Wellness and Chiropractic with Scott Gann. I started my dieting with the intention of getting into the NUCCA, a few days later, just like I outlined in the last video, back on the 18th. On the 18th I was a bit over 248 pounds, and I probably achieved ketosis at some point on the day of the 20th, which is when I made the last video and also had my first adjustment. On that day of the adjustment I made some notes of how I was feeling at the end of the adjustment, and I'll get into that, how the rest of the week went. But today is the 24th, so I have been in ketosis for maybe 4, maybe 5 days, and I've gone from 248 and just passed under 240 pounds. I also was really craving sweets today, so I made myself a little cheat roll to where I justified every time I drop below a 10-pound mark, like 240, I'll allow myself to eat some sweets, have a beer or whatever, and then get back into ketosis, hopefully in the morning. So I have had my sweets, considerably less than I used to eat, because they actually kind of were sicky sweet after I had a few of them, because I haven't really had any sugar at all, so my body's not used to it at the moment. It was almost too sweet. But about to go have a beer and go home and watch Ghostbusters, since the actor who played Egon died today. He was a great actor. But anyway, I had my second adjustment tonight. Tonight was the night where I went to the group orientation over at Balance Wellness and Chiropractic, where they gave us some more testimonial type stuff, a little more, kind of sales pitch situation about the different care packages and stuff that they had, as well as the other things they could do as far as wellness and fitness and detoxing, and recommended a book to buy and stuff like that. And then we went over the actual x-rays from the scan that I did initially. I got to learn a lot more about what was going on with my condition, more details than I had before from the previous chiropractor, Heuser chiropractor, who I was not satisfied with. I mentioned that in the last video. Even though they were able to figure out some of what was going on, not to the level that Dr. Gann has, then they didn't really apply what they said very well. They just kind of gave me universal adjustments, which ended up making it even worse, I think, at the time, in the short run, because I stopped. But, so tonight, after going over that, and then going over all the money stuff and everything, and getting going with the down payment and whatnot, I had another adjustment. So, being as they kind of have a policy of after the adjustment, you want to go and sit in these nice, comfy, reclining chairs with an iPod and sit in the dark and just kind of chill out and let your body decompress for about 10 minutes after an adjustment. It was the end of the night over here. It's 7 o'clock, and so I just did the adjustment, and then everybody in the office wanted to leave, of course. So I'm sitting, just chilling out in the van. So I have noticed since the first adjustment, I think I mentioned some updates over the course of the day of the 20th that I was feeling like maybe some tension or some pain or something was gone, that I was a little more free. I have felt over the last several days stuff that was getting in the way was gone. The nerve damage that goes down my arm because of the pinching nerve in this area of my neck right here usually is causing some pain that kind of feels like tendonitis at the top of my pectoralis muscle, or some other stuff around my biceps and everything. Usually that starts popping in around the afternoon, and I have to take some more naproxen or something to get it good for the rest of the evening. I don't think I've taken any naproxen or ibuprofen or anything in the last 3 days, because I haven't felt the need. That pain just hasn't been there. I've felt better and more energetic, and I've got to attribute that somewhat to the fact that I haven't had any carbohydrates in a long time, so my body was running on, I wouldn't say cleaner fuel, because when you're in ketosis, fat and protein don't make the best fuels. Carbohydrates are more efficient. However, I didn't have this crap in my system, all that sugary stuff, so of course I'm going to feel better. But I've also got to attribute some of that to the first adjustment that I had. Right now I've had my second adjustment, and in my particular case, every time he adjusts me, it's something right in here to get that atlas bone back into place and move those ligaments to where they start allowing the atlas bone to sit in the appropriate position and release the tension on the spinal cord and all the nerves and everything. As soon as he did that and I stood up, I started feeling like some buzzing kind of around here and then going down my right side, down my right leg, which he called, life going into my body, and I can definitely understand that. I signed up for many adjustments for a full plan with this. I really believe in what he's saying. It makes a lot of sense. What knowledge of physiology and muscle structure and all that stuff that I have through my past and my skill set, everything he's saying makes a lot of sense. And it's something I haven't heard from other chiropractors in the past. So I am committing to this because I think for the last 10 or 15 years my body has been misaligned like this, getting continuously worse, and I've just been dealing with it. According to my charts, the stress that's up on the top of my neck, bottom of my neck, in between my shoulder blades, my lower back and stuff like that, the stress the muscles are under and everything is enormous. My body is really, really tight all the time. So, and that causes pain and symptoms and all sorts of problems that I haven't really thought about until it kind of snowballed into a chronic condition, because I guess you just get used to things as being normal. So, if any testament of these last couple adjustments means anything insofar as that, it'll be interesting to see what actual normal really feels like. Interesting too how many people are in situations like me where, I wasn't really born with any problems or anything, and I haven't really been in very serious accidents and stuff, but I've been in a pretty serious car crash that I didn't think I got hurt, 10 or 12 years ago, when I hit the bear and rolled the Ford Explorer. But it's probable that a lot of people suffer from this sort of stuff. Interesting to see that the spine can, through adjustment, be healed, realign itself naturally. And you can see that things having to do with the spine and compressing of the nerves have a lot of bearing on the problems that malign people as they grow old and die. So, well, back on the wagon for ketosis tomorrow. I'm going to have a beer tonight. The weight loss is going very well. Lost about 8 pounds or so far. And continuing with the adjustments, I've had my second now, and I'm going back to my third in a few days. I'm going to do twice a week, and I'll keep this updated.